Today, I'm going to teach you something that will change your life forever. It's a very simple, basic thing. But once you understand and once you apply it, it will completely change your relationship to yourself, to others, and to the world. So pay attention. Here's what you need to remember. The voice in your head is not you. That voice is the ego, and it's the source of most of your suffering. Most of our unhappiness, most of our confusion, comes from that little voice inside of us, constantly telling us what we should do, telling us how other people should behave, telling us how we should judge people, telling us all these things which are just opinions, which are just beliefs. We mistake those beliefs and those opinions for absolute truth. That's where most of our suffering comes from. Now, there's nothing wrong with the ego. The ego is not some kind of monster, some kind of devil. It's just a collection of thoughts and beliefs that over time we've mistaken for who we are. And so we think that I am the body. I am the thoughts. I am the emotions. I am the little voice inside that S telling me these stories about who I am and what I should do. But that's not true. That's not who you are. You are the one who is aware of those thoughts. You are the one experiencing those emotions. You are the one feeling hungry or thirsty or tired. Those are the things that are happening to you, but you are not those things. And the problem is that when we were young, we didn't know the difference between the ego and who we really are. And the ego is kind of like a puppet master, and we're the puppets. And the ego started telling us stories, and we started believing those stories, and we started acting based on those stories, and we got really good at acting. Based on those stories, got so good at it that now we believe we are the characters that we're playing. We think this is real. This is who I am. I am a human being who was born at this particular time and place, and I'm going to die at some point. And those are the facts. This is my story. This is my identity. None of this is true. All of this is made up. It's all a dream. And the ego is the puppet master, and we've been tricked into thinking that we are the puppets. So here's a really powerful way to start weakening the ego. Close your eyes and just notice the thoughts that come through your mind. Just notice the feelings that come up. Here's the key. Don't engage with them. Don't try to think of a different thought. Don't try to push anything away. Don't try to make anything bigger or smaller. Just notice them. Be aware of them. Just watch them go by like clouds passing overhead. Watch the emotions come and go. Just be the silent witness. Just sit there and be still and observe everything that's happening. What you'll notice over time is that as you do this practice, and this is the key, you do it over and over again, day after day, month after month, year after year. What you'll notice is that the thoughts will get weaker and weaker and weaker. Why? Because the thoughts aren't actually real. They're not actually yours. They're just coming from the ego. They're just coming from this thing that is trying to trick you into doing what it wants you to do. But if you don't cooperate, if you don't play the game, if you don't buy into it, if you don't believe the stories, then the power of the ego weakens. So this is a powerful tool to help you wake up from the dream, to help you realize that you're not actually the character in the movie, you're the one watching the movie. There's a really beautiful story that illustrates this. There was a man who was struggling with a lot of guilt and shame. He felt bad about himself all the time. He felt like he wasn't good enough, smart enough, talented enough. And he was trying his best to be a good person, but he kept failing. And every time he failed, he would beat himself up even more. He would criticize himself even more. And it was getting worse and worse and worse. One day he went to see a therapist, and the therapist said, "I want you to do a little experiment. I want you to notice when you feel critical of yourself, when you notice that you're judging yourself, just say out loud, 'I am judging myself.' That's it. And just say those words, and then notice how you feel." He did that for a couple of days, and it didn't feel good. It didn't feel better. It felt just as bad. So he went back to the therapist and he said, "It doesn't feel better. It feels just as bad." And the therapist said, "That's exactly what you need to do. Keep doing it even though it doesn't feel better. Because what you're redoing is you're restarting to become aware of something that's been buried under layers and layers of emotions and memories and conditioning. You're starting to become aware of the ego. You're restarting to see that there's this little voice inside of you that has been telling you all these negative things about you. And it has been telling you those things for so long that you've believed them. You've acted on them. You've made decisions based on them. And now you have all these consequences in your life because of those decisions. But you have the power to stop listening to that voice. You have the power to stop believing those stories. If you don't believe the stories, then the voice will get weaker and weaker and weaker, and eventually it will go away entirely. He tried it for a few more days, and something amazing happened. He stopped feeling so bad about himself, stopped feeling so much guilt and shame. He didn't have to fight it, it just disappeared. Why? Because it was never real. It was never him. It was just the ego trying to control him. But he realized that he didn't have to listen to the ego. He didn't have to believe the stories. And as soon as he stopped believing the stories, the ego lost all of its power. This is what happens when you start to wake up. When you realize that you're not actually the character in the movie, you're the one who's watching the movie, then everything changes. You're no longer under the control of the ego. You're no longer controlled by your past, by your conditioning, by your habits. You're free. You get to decide who you are, what you believe, what you think, what you do, because you're the one in control. You're the one who's awake. So this is the most important thing you can learn, that the ego is not you. The ego is this little voice in your head that's been telling you all these stories about who you are. It's about what you should do, about how you should judge other people, about all these things. And you've been listening to that voice, you've been believing those stories, and that's why you're unhappy. That's why you're confused. That's why you're afraid. So here's the solution. Start to observe the thoughts and feelings that come up. Don't engage with them. Don't try to change them. Don't try to push them away. Just notice them. Just watch them go by, like clouds passing overhead. And over time, as you practice this, the ego will get weaker and weaker and weaker. You'll get stronger and stronger and stronger. You'll get happier and freer and more peaceful. And here's the key. It's not about killing the ego. It's not about destroying the ego. It's about waking up from the dream. It's about realizing that you are the dreamer. You're not the character in the movie. Once you realize that, once you wake up, then everything changes. So then you can live a life that's filled with joy and love and peace. I hope this video helps you. Hope you share it with your friends. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Before you go, please take a moment to like this video. If you enjoyed it and got value out of it, please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And finally, if you have a question or a comment, please leave it below.
Yes.
Thank you.